Hello fellow YouTubers, this is Super and welcome to another part of Let's Play Yoshi's Island. Part 12 I believe, and it's been a while. It took me a while to make this video. I've actually considered trying to use save states by recording a different way, but the recording was awful. My commentary was boring, the video looked horrible, you could barely hear the game audio, and I even uploaded on YouTube, but then I noticed it was like a huge problem with it. Like, the levels were all screwed up. Like, it started out as like a third of level 1, then went the entire level 2, then like half of level 3, and it was like so screwed up. My editing was terrible, so I deleted it, and now I'm re-recording it. Yes. And one of the reasons I've been stopping doing it is because of the fact that this game is getting a lot harder, in my opinion, as in the levels are getting way too long, and also that, I mean, if I was playing on an actual Game Boy or SNES, I wouldn't mind taking this long for the fact that I end up at a checkpoint and I'm not rushed to do anything. But the thing is, because I'm uploading these on YouTube, I don't want you to see my countless deaths, as in dying over and over and over. So that's why I like to have no deaths in this. And also for the fact that I try to save state because I don't like wasting your times. Like, if you're gonna watch a level and it's taking me like many tries, and I don't want you to guys, for those of you who are trying to see how to beat the game, like if maybe you can't find an area or something, I don't know. But aside from that, the Let's Play is still gonna continue. After this video, there's gonna be one final part. So get ready for it. And these chainsaws are horrible. I mean, not the worst enemies, but I don't know. Still, one of the reasons I haven't been uploading in a while is because I don't have a very good excuse. It's just I've been too busy playing two games in particular. Like, there was 3 days of no uploading, so what I decided to do, in one of those days, I was super, like, I guess I could, I don't know, should I start that rant? Or, it's not really a rant, more of a conversation, but, if you know me, you know that I love Earthbound. Earthbound is one of my favorite games. The entire series, for that matter. But, when, I don't know, Earthbound was the first game I played out of all the 3 games, and I loved it. It was amazing. The thing is, at first, the first time I played it, it felt boring. But after that, I felt like you should always give it, in my opinion, you should always give a game a second chance, no matter what kind of game. So I tried to give it a second chance, but I never actually did give it a second chance. As in, I never gave it a fair second chance. What I did was, I fast-forwarded through the entire beginning just so I can get that part over with and end in the actual game. But every time I did that, I was so bored fast-forwarding it that it made me feel like the game was boring, when in fact, it was just me fast-forwarding that was boring. So, I never gave it an actual chance. Then one day, I decided, you know, I realized that I have not been giving it a proper second chance. So I decided to give it slow, steady. I even, if you've seen a meeting with, Shizugato Itoi, creator of the Mother series, he said that Mother is supposed to be played slowly. Take your time, don't just rush through it. So I took his advice, and this time I actually slowed down, read all the characters' dialogue, see what kind of funny crap they have to say, and after that, I just fell in love with it. And I played it till the end. I didn't play it like really early. There were some moments where I took like huge weak pauses, but after that, at least every morning, I started playing it some more before I got to school and after I got out of school. But since it's summer, I got to finish it. So I finished it, and there's some parts that I got really stuck on, so I just gave up. But then later on, I decided I'll give it another chance, I'll give it another go, and then I did it. So that's what happened, and that's why I love Earthbound. Then I tried to give Mother 1 a chance, the first game. I played it, and my first impression on it was, it wasn't as good. One of the things I should have known is that I shouldn't compare it. You should know that you shouldn't compare Mother 1 to Mother 2, because Mother 1 was made before Mother 2. So I don't know. if it was made before, then that means there's obviously might be some things that are in Mother 2 that were improved upon from Mother 1. One of the things I didn't like was the fact that you moved in a grid fashion, as in when you move to the left, he moves in like an entire grid block area. And that's one of the reasons I didn't like it, but most RPGs did that, and that's why I didn't like most RPGs back then, because of the whole thing. But that's not the main problem. The main problem is, it wasn't as amazing. Like, first of all, the game is pretty hard, so that's one of the reasons why it got so frustrating, and I had to do too much grinding, and so that's why I didn't like it as much. Another thing, I don't know why, but it felt somewhat boring. Because, the thing is, the flaws, like, it was moved in a gritty motion, and also the battle sequence didn't seem as awesome. Like, the music was still amazing. Mother 1 definitely cleared that up. Mother 1 had an amazing soundtrack. And especially with Pollyanna, Being Friend, and Snowman. Those are probably some of my favorites. And also the 8 melodies, that's awesome too. So the music had no problem, it had no issues. That's actually one of the things that kept me moving forward, just so I can hear other music from the game. But of course, Lloyd is my favorite character out of them all. I don't understand why. Lloyd is just the #1 character in my opinion. Not #1, but my favorite out of the 4. And by 4 I mean Nintendo, Lloyd, Anna, and Teddy. Teddy is like just probably the strongest character, but that doesn't mean he's my favorite. But I won't give any spoilers at all, so I hope you all gave it a chance at least too. Some people don't like it, but I can understand if you don't like it. I don't care. I'm not gonna force you liking it. I'm only gonna say that the only reason you shouldn't like it is if you played it and didn't like the gameplay or the game itself or some stuff like that. Maybe you didn't like it, but I won't buy that you don't like it even if you never played it. So about Mother 1, I don't know. I don't like having these long talks, but that's one of the things I can say. Especially since I'm just playing, and since it's not a 100% run, I don't have to be too detailed about this. Just go through the level and try to beat it. There's no actual strategy, especially since I'm not doing 100%, so I don't have to like tell you where everything is. You can see it for yourselves. But back to Mother 1. I've never enjoyed it as much as I did Earthbound, which is understandable since Earthbound is a sequel, and most sequels should, not they are, but should be inferior to the prequel. So, I played Mother 1, and I only played it like once every 2 or 3 weeks. And then after a while, I just gave up on it. It felt a little boring. And then I started playing Mother 3, and it was a lot more fun. I really enjoyed Mother 3. I don't know if I haven't beaten it yet. Like, once I've made it up, the farthest I've ever gotten was finding Kumatora with Duster. That's as far as I gotten. And after I found Kumatora, I just stopped playing for a while. The main reason I stopped playing was because I got a new computer, and then I tried to transfer the file to my new computer, but then somehow in the mix it got lost or something. So after that, my file got deleted, and I had to start over the entire thing. So I'm back with Flint in jail. So that's okay, I guess. Oh, and just warning about this game right here. Not Earthbound, but this game. You do not, I swear to God, you do not want to get high with these clouds. It's funny the first time you see him, because Yoshi's all high and drunk and whatever. But I swear to God, it gets so fucking annoying. Do not touch these clouds. I tried this level twice, and both times I got high. And I've died twice. And this one time I managed to dodge them all, so it was easier for me. So I was just looking around. So then when I started playing Mother 3, I remembered that Phoebe.Mother3, something like that, I don't know. The creators of the Mother 3 translation, the people who worked on it to translate it, I went to their website, and then I knew there was a Mother 1+2, but I didn't know they actually translated. I was actually looking for a translation for it, and I never noticed that they had one. So I got a translation from it, and I've noticed that it had Mother 1 and 2, which is kind of obvious, the title, Mother 1 plus 2. So I decided just for shits and giggles, I would play it on the Game Boy version, the Mother 1, and for some bizarre reason, I don't have no idea, I loved the Game Boy version a whole lot better than the, like, a ton, not like better. I know it's improved, like, just like some small improvements, but they're just subtle, there were subtle improvements, yet, I loved it, like, 10 times more. They probably didn't do, like, they probably barely polished it, like, they only did, like, they only probably made the enemies a little weaker, and the fact that you move in a grid is gone now. And that's probably it. There's probably more things, but not much. And also, like, some of the words, are worded differently. But that's not much of a change. But for some reason, I loved Mother 1 for the Game Boy. If you asked me, did you like Mother 1, I would ask you which one, the Game Boy version or the NES version. And then, because I loved the Game Boy version, it was amazing. I don't know. Like, the first time I played it, I only played it for about an hour once every month or so. Which got really, wasn't that much of gameplay, so... But when I got the Game Boy version, I felt like I couldn't stop. I had to go on. And I think it's been going on for like 5 hours? I've played non-stop of it the first time I started, 5 hours non-stop. I made it up to Lloyd at his, the other factory. Once you get Lloyd, you have to go to the factory. I hope these aren't spoilers, but... I mean, even Lloyd tells you gotta go to a factory. So it's not a big deal. I don't think it's a big deal. And then after that, I wanted to see what, Mother 2 was like. And then I noticed it wasn't translated, but if I was actually smart, I would have read in the description of the Mother 3, translator, I mean, the Mother 1 and 2 translators, that Mother 2 only had subtle translations, like, the only thing they translated was the name of the enemies and the name of the items. That's pretty much it. And everything else, like the dialogue and stuff, is not translated. So what happened was, I noticed that it wasn't translated. So I tried to see if I messed up, like I didn't transfer the files together. Like, for some reason, they say that if you put Mother 3 and I mean, not Mother, I keep saying Mother 3. If you put Mother 1 plus 2 in it, in the same folder as the translation, it automatically patches it together. So, it didn't work, so I had to force it to patch by using some other program. And then force them to patch together, and then it worked. So I tried to force other things in it, and then it didn't work. Like, it just said error message. And it no longer works. So everything I've done for the past 6 hours was a complete waste. And then most of the time, I would get so pissed off that I say, maybe some other time I should do it again, like maybe next week, when I'm not pissed off at the fact that I had to start over the entire game. But no, I decided maybe, I wasn't sure what to do. But then I decided, I guess I could play it again. I could get up to that point. So what I did was, I played all the way through, and I didn't just stop there. I kept going, like, I kept pushing on. I played for 9 hours straight and actually beat the game, and I don't know, it wasn't much. I wasn't trying to go for a speed run, but I was just trying to beat it. I don't even think that's that fast. I don't know. Even though, I don't know, I feel like it's a little too fast. I don't know. Like, it wasn't, or not too fast, more of the fact that I didn't play it slow enough, as in the way. But I still felt the story in depth and all. So, that's my story on Mother 2. I've been going on for like, what, 14 minutes talking about it? I feel like I bragged on about it, but, I mean, that's what you get. Once you start loving games, you love them. That's a fact. I mean, it's kind of like how everyone loves Link, the Legend of Zelda games. I mean, the whole timeline, everyone's like freaking trying to figure out what happened first in the timeline. But I mean, if you gotta think about it, no one is trying, and especially how people are saying, like, how, like, they recall dialogue from people saying, but wait, this contradicts this thing, blah blah blah. You can't say that, because in the 48th game, it says that blah 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 has happened to Link. So you can't, so it clearly contradicts your statement. So, then for some reason, and the reason I've been saying contradict your statement and stuff like that, like, I contradicted. The only reason I'm saying that right now is that I've been playing so much Ace Attorney Investigation with Miles Edgeworth for the DS. I've been playing so much of that that I've actually started adapting to saying what he's been saying. But that clearly contradicts a piece of evidence in the profile. Really? Well, let's see your evidence. Actually, it's the statute itself. What? No. Well, yeah, I've been playing so much of it. It was actually really fun. Really, really freaking fun. Like, if you haven't played a Phoenix Wright game, you should really try it. I can understand people not liking the way the gameplay itself, but you should actually give it a chance. It's a really fun kind of puzzle game-ish. I call it a puzzle game because you have to use a lot of thinking in the game, especially some logic into it too. So yeah, I've been playing a lot of the Ace Attorney Investigation game. I've made it up to the third chapter, I think. Or yeah, I think it's third. And I've gotten like pretty far into it, maybe about halfway into it, or 2/5 way into it. I don't know. I'm trying to say this off memory, but I'm playing a lot of that game. I know. I was talking about Link, and then I got off topic. But I mean, if people are really willing to remember all that stuff, then they must care about the game. That's how much they love the game. I mean, no one would care about the timeline of Link if they didn't like the game. But if they do like the game, then obviously they care about Zelda. Oh, and by the way, I probably should be stopped talking and be focusing on it. I don't know. One of the things I like doing is actually thinking of something to say, because if I have nothing to say, like, if I didn't talk about all what I was saying just now, then most of the time I was just going, oh, well, let me just explain this. This part right here with Yoshi on the raft is probably pretty much the most boring part of this entire level. Look at the time. Look how long I've been on this thing. Not moving an inch. Well, I mean, Yoshi was scratching his chin, but other than that, yeah. I mean, this is probably, this is useless. Why does it have to be this far? Honestly. But, yeah, I've been getting off topic. But the reason I've been talking about all these things is because if I didn't talk about it, I would just go, Yoshi's going into a pipe. Yoshi comes out the pipe. Yoshi's falling. Yoshi sees an enemy. That would be really boring. But if I have anything to say about the game, I will indeed say it. But here we have Kamek once again growing the enemy. I mean, could you get any less original? You'd probably expect it by now that Kamek's gonna grow an enemy. Unlike the frog one. But I actually have a little story that happens. When I first played this game, right here, what you're supposed to do is actually break the floor panel right here, and make it so that the freaking boss, quote unquote, is gonna fall into the lava. Well, one time I made a gap big enough for him to fall into, and then I was just trying to collect as many eggs. I was having trouble collecting eggs. So then what happened was, I was trying to collect eggs. It took me 20 to half a minute to take half a minute, which is 30 seconds obviously, to get my eggs. And then when I finally had enough eggs, I went to find the boss. I couldn't find him, and all of a sudden, right here, this is what he's supposed to do. He's supposed to fall in the lava. But then while I was collecting the eggs, about 20 to 30 seconds later, I hear that, the game over thing, oh, he just died. So, I don't know, it's kind of funny how I wasn't paying attention to the boss, and then 20 to 30 seconds later, I find him already dead. But, thank you guys for watching another part of Let's Play Yoshi's Island. And, yeah, thank you guys for watching. I have nothing to say anymore. So, because I have nothing to say, I would like to thank you guys for, oh my god. In the next part, we will pretty much be finishing off this game. We only have 4 more levels before 3 more levels or 4 more levels before the final boss. And then we are finished with the game, and I can continue my next Let's Play. So, I guess this has been Super Serious Attention, and I will see you next time.